Okay, but let me explain what I meant about the dreaming about aliens. Not dreaming about aliens, dreaming of aliens. There's a difference. Dream about and dream of. Dream about, you're sleeping and you dream about something.
Right.
Dream of is when you wish for something in reality.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was saying, do you dream of aliens revealing themselves?
That is not a dream. That's a reality.
That's a reality.
That's a reality.
It doesn't need to be a dream, right?
It doesn't have to.
So you might have heard of this. I'm not sure if he was Air Force or like a Navy guy from the US. He was in a really high ranking in the US force, and he said there's actual evidence of aliens and they are hiding it from Congress and from the White House.
Oh my God.
Did you see that? It was.
I think I saw. It wasn't in Joe Rogan. He says that.
I'm not sure if he went to Joe Rogan. He went to this. He gave an interview on a YouTube channel. Not exactly. It is a channel, but it's a news channel.
Oh, okay.
It's news. I forgot the name of the channel, but he was giving like these details. According to him, he's never seen it in person, but he said in this interview that other officials that had a higher ranking than he had, they confided in him and they told him they've seen it, aircraft, pieces of aircraft, and also whole aircrafts that were not from Earth. They were not built here. They found these aircraft somewhere. They have it hidden, and some of them even have bodies that are foreign to Earth. They're not. Wow. They're not from Earth. They're alien. And I was like, man,
I think it's cool, man. I think it's cool.
That's Marcelo's.
So that's why I thought...
Who, me?
That's why I was like, Marcelo's going to like that story.
I love it. It's interesting because I always find it funny how whenever there's like this strange happening, it seems like as if this alien story is about to come. Like all of the secret police come in and like they like clean the whole area. You don't see nothing, like no evidence, nothing. It's like, what are you hiding? Like, why do you have to hide? I don't know. It's like, we are a very small planet compared to the rest of like the universe. What is the deal of us knowing that? Of course, there could be other lives out there. It's like, how is that so like a horror story?
Okay,
it's not.
Do you think so too, Alex? Or you have a hard time believing that there are aliens out there? He doesn't
want you to share his God. He wouldn't feel like the specialist of them all.
I don't like talk about something that I don't know very well, but I mean, I don't know about this topic.
But you don't have any opinions on aliens. It's just, do you believe in
Is
aliens?
Jesus an alien? I'm like,
I think, man. As far as I know, I wouldn't believe that,
You wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
I also find it very hard to believe it.
How?
I know statistically speaking, there are, I don't know, billions, zillions.
100% almost. Like 100%.
No, I mean like billions of other planets out there.
Yeah.
Because it counts us.
With
we can't even count how many.
With the same conditions of life, just like Earth.
But that's the thing. Do they have the same conditions? Because the conditions on Earth, they're so specific. The right temperature, the right distance from the sun, the right chemicals, the right atmosphere.
And why do you think we're so special?
The right time in space, the right time in history.
Well,
because let's say that life formed, I don't know, a few billion years from now, maybe Earth would be too close to the sun. Maybe the sun would be, going supernova. Would we really survive that? And then I think, okay, I know there are billions and zillions of other planets out there, but the conditions are so specific that I really think we're the only ones that we're alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a point. We're all miracles. Except we see miracles every day.
Yeah.
How come it's only here?
Because we're special.
You see my point. It doesn't make sense. Like, oh yeah, it's just like this is the only place out of the whole universe that was like it was in the right place in the right time.
But if you don't consider it to be a miracle, life as if just
I do.
sprung up.
No, it is a miracle.
out of nowhere,
Of course it is.
out
yeah.
of molecules, or I don't even know how to say, then it's not. It's hard to say that this miracle is very common to happen. I don't know if I was clear. And
No,
what
I
was
mean,
trying to
I'm
say.
not saying it's like it's everywhere. I'm not saying it's like, oh, it's all around.
No.
I'm saying that I don't know, like in the other place in the universe could be the same situation, and like we're like the only two lives in the whole galaxy.
Yeah.
You know, it could happen.
But and when you say other lives, do you believe intelligent forms of life or bacteria, like very simple?
No, I mean, if we talk about bacteria, then I'm pretty sure it's going to be everywhere.
Okay,
You know, but we come from bacteria.
allegedly.
So I guess, I mean, I don't know how evolution works. I mean, it's kind of funny. Like we're like from the same ancestors as the apes. I'm like, what happened to them, right? And how come it had like a mutated? Like what? I don't know. But
Because my question is, why did I ask? Because I have a hard time finding that there is intelligent forms of life, and even if there is, I
mean, I don't see any intelligent life form here.
It's hard to find here.
It's hard to find here.
Here, so yeah. But and even if there is, I heard theories that say the distances are so vast that it's almost impossible for us to communicate.
Yeah.
You know, if we send a signal, I think today, right now, it's still possible, but a few billion years from now, million years, I don't know exactly the number, it's going to be impossible because the universe is expanding at such a rate,
far and far, and
so far that like you send a signal, it's never going to reach the supposed
destination
exactly.
that could have lives and all that.
But I don't find it hard to believe that there's like very simple like bacteria, you know, that kind of life,
yeah, of course,
you know?
yeah.
But still, that I think it's kind of hard to happen.
I mean, life happening is already something that is like mind-boggling.
It is.
It's something that we don't understand. Like, how did it come to be, and how did it come to change? The way it changed throughout time. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I don't neglect the possibility that it could happen like in other galaxies with similar conditions. I'm not saying the same. But, you know, especially because nothing is really the same. Like, I cannot assume that there's like people that looks just like us in another galaxy. Maybe just they're whole different forms. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think the world would panic if aliens, you know, given that they exist and they're advanced, intelligent, if they revealed?
I think.
Would we freak out?
I think it's because of religion.
Yeah.
I think the main like chaos would be religion.
Oh, okay.
You know.
You mean like people thinking they are maybe demons or angels, something like that?
Yeah, because think about it. Okay, so if I'm in the Christian wise, you could correct me since you've been raised in the Christian school. You know, I am similar to God's figure. Mm-hmm. So if you see someone that's like completely different from you, well, you don't look like me, so you must be from the devil. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you came to destroy me, right? Especially because, you know, we are the intelligent form of Earth. So there's not really who are our predator, only ourselves. If we see another intelligent form, we're gonna be like, okay, so what is these guys about? Yeah. We're gonna feel a little bit attacked. Like, okay, so what do you know?
Yeah.
Can we beat you? Yeah. Can we dominate you? Right? Because we don't want no harm.
Yeah.
Right?
But regardless of religion, I think everybody would feel a bit confused and
I would be like, you want to watch
fearful.
I'll be like, want to watch a movie? You want to know the cinema? You want to watch Spider-Man?
Yeah.
The best. You don't have that in your universe. Come watch it, right?
Come watch this. Yeah. Crazy. Any thoughts?
Nope.
It's like, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want anything to do with aliens.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the topic.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's getting too political.
Yeah. No, but for example, I don't know, something related to this. We were driving home, you know, my wife, and then she asked me something. Then I said, no, I don't know. And then she asked me something again. No, I don't know. So that's your only answer? And then, but the thing is that I just say something that I think that I'm sure about it, and that I've studied.
Mm-hmm.
No, but just fantasize, Alex. Come on now, you can be playful. Come on, now.
Because talking about aliens, it's hard to like. Oh, I studied. Because we don't even know.
But look at this. Look at this.
It's only fantasy. It's only fantasy.
So it's only fantasy.
Some people.
So he's not going to agree with that.
Yeah.
It could be fantasy. I don't know.
It could be. It could be real. It couldn't be.
How do I know you're not real? Ooh. Exactly.
I'll punch you in the face and you'll find out. The pain you're gonna feel, you're gonna find out.